Hey everyone, in this video I'm reviewing the GoPro 3-way. This is an official GoPro accessory that can function as a grip for your GoPro, as well as a tripod, as well as like a selfie stick. So this is it sort of in the grip mode, and you can just film, like this. But then it also folds out like that, and then you can adjust the tension on these different things here, and also the angle. And then you can kind of have like a selfie stick. So like that. And also, what's kind of cool about this, it has a tripod on the bottom as well. So let's say you want to film something like a landscape or something like that. What you can do is unscrew the bottom here, and then reverse this and screw that back into the base. And you actually have like a little mini tripod here. It also can work like in the snow as like a spike as well. If you push it down like this, and you can push this right into the snow. But I can put this directly on the ground, and I've got like a little mini tripod, as you can see. Now it's a little unstable, it just will depend on the angle. You can also, if you want to make it a little bit more stable, what I recommend doing is loosening it. And then, because you have a lower center, and then bringing it down, and because you have a little bit of a lower center of gravity, you can actually have it a little bit more stable this way, just like that. And, it tends to be pretty stable. I'm shooting it this way. Of course, you can reverse the GoPro on here as well and point it that way, too, by loosening this and just taking it out. Now, there's also a little locking mechanism here that is what enables you to bring it down flush. Now let's say you don't want to carry this whole thing around, because it is still a little bit too bulky for you. Well, what you can do is the bottom base is actually its own tripod. So let me show that to you. This part here, this mount part here on the top just pulls out like this. And you actually have a GoPro tripod mount here, which you can mount the GoPro on, and then you just have a small, tiny little mini tripod that's quite pocketable. And here's how that looks. So you've got a small little handheld tripod that you can just carry with you, and you can leave the pull part in the car or whatever, if you don't want to bring that around with you, and you've got a small little, tabletop tripod. So in that respect, the GoPro 3-way device is, really pretty extensible. And then if you want to attach the mini tripod back onto the GoPro 3-way, you have to put this piece back on. And it just sort of pops in like that. And then again, you can either mount this like this so that you've got tripod legs on the GoPro 3-way grip, or if you're not going to use it as a tripod, it just fits nicely into the handle, and you just screw that back in like that. Yeah, so this is the GoPro 3-way device. I like it. I think it's pretty useful. It feels a little bit cheapy for the price, and it's a little bit expensive, but check the description field for pricing and availability. But I think it is pretty useful and does the job pretty well. It's also not real heavy either. And I think it's relatively water resistant as well. I don't know if it floats or not when you put it in the water with the GoPro or whatever. I haven't tested that part out yet. Maybe someone who knows can leave a comment. But I think it's a pretty good and useful device. Again, it can be used as a tripod, or as just a grip, or as a selfie stick. And it has the little mini tripod built into the bottom as well, which I like. So I've heard some reviews that these little plastic pieces here can be maybe a little bit flimsy, or a little bit, prone to breakage. So when you tighten this stuff down, because of the fact that these have what I consider relatively industrial knobs on them, don't really tighten this down overly tight. You just want to do it tight enough so that it holds without moving, but you don't want to completely cinch it down. The other thing is all these pieces can come off too. Like if you don't need this extension piece or something, you can completely take that off and mount the GoPro directly on here. This piece can come off from this base as well if you just want to use it as a grip and you don't need this part. So yeah, it's very useful, and you've got lots of different ways that you can use this. So this has been my look at the GoPro 3-way. Thanks for watching, and for any questions, see the comments field, and we'll see you in my next video.